Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I build these individual point Starburst balloons and put them together, and my little tips and tricks for doing that safely, trying to make sure that they don't pop and that they come together in a really nice, uniform and even fashion. If you haven't already, please find me on Facebook. I have a group over there called the Balloon Hub Hot Deals and Cool Designs, and that's just a place where I share deals on and discounts and promo codes on all things that you can think of balloon related besides the actual balloons themselves, except for foils. I share a lot of foils on there, but all the equipment, the supplies, the little things that we need to keep our business going that we're spending a lot of money on and want to like decrease how much we're spending on it, that's the stuff that I am posting so that you can get that stuff on like a good deal and save money and make more profit in the end. So if that sounds good to you, I will link the my Facebook group below. Come find me over there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm in a little bit of a hurry. This is a little bit of a risk. Because these are pretty small. I usually only use this when I'm blowing up really big foils and like it would be a whole lot of pumps with the hand pump, but like I said, time is of the essence, so I am going to use this. The reason that it's a little bit of a risk is that these could pop. Like, it's safer to blow it up with a hand pump where you can control the airflow a little bit more because it's slower. So I don't want it to be slow right now, so we're gonna do this. So anyway, so in order to build these Starburst balloons, we gotta build or blow up all of these little Starburst foils. I usually like my Starburst to be 10 or 12 points, just kind of depending on like the look that I'm going for or how it comes together. Sometimes I decide like in the moment whether or not I want to add that 11th and 12th point. But I do really prefer, even though it is a lot more work, these are a lot more work than the one-piece Starburst that you just blow up once, but the look I think is like totally worth it. It has much more professional and polished look when you compare the two. I mean, like, the one pieces are fine, they serve their purpose, like I think that they have their place, but for like most designs, like I said, the more professional that you want it to be, I think these individual point Starbursts are the way to go. So one point that I want to make is that I am blowing these like up as much as I can to get rid of all of the wrinkles here on the sides, which is just a little bit beyond what you think it should be in order to get rid of those wrinkles. So I could stop here, like it's inflated, it's tight, but like you can still see all those lines. I'm just going to go a little bit more. And then I'm going to get rid of, see, I got rid of a lot of those lines. I mean, yeah, there's still a little bit here. It's a round object, so there's going to be, but I got rid of a fair amount of those wrinkles here on the edge. Okay, so let's put these together. So the key in getting these just right is how tightly you tie these together. You don't want to tie them so tight that they're actually touching, and you probably don't also want to go like super duper loose. You kind of want to go right in the middle. So it's better to start out a little tighter and then to get looser as you go and are adding them in together. But I like to kind of tie them as I go, so I kind of have a feel for how tight they need to be. And I will show you what I mean by that. So we're about like, here's the length of the little tails. We're about mid-length on that. Or they're like halfway between being all the way tight and as loose as possible. And I'm going to do the same with this one. And then just like you would tie two dupes of latex balloons together, you're going to join these at the knot and then twist them together. And of course it's going to start out really flimsy and floppy and like nothing, but you're not done. So I'm going to stay around the medium length with my tying. Twist these together. You can always twist more to get them tighter. You cannot twist less to make them looser. So when in doubt, tie these on the looser end rather than the tighter end. When you try to add them in and they're too tight, what happens is they pop because you're pulling too much on the stem. So let me just twist those. See, it's starting to get its shape. So I'm still about midway on my length there. And now to start adding them in, because it's getting a little like more unruly, I'm just gonna like press this in. And then here are these are the two that I just pushed together, and I joined them back on that back end, and I'm just gonna twist a couple of times. Doing that is gonna keep this center in the center, rather than like them sort of being like an arm up here and then like a leg down here. Like everything is coming out of the same center. I don't know if what I just did makes sense, but hopefully somebody is along the same lines, thinking along the same lines as me. So that was 10, so this is gonna be 11 and 12. So again, this is the point where we don't want this to be too tight. I would rather err on the loose side than on the tight side. So that's about where I have it. And I'm just gonna do the same thing. And I'm being very gentle and working with a little bit of time. I am not putting a lot of pressure on any of these balloons. So I've got here the two that I just added in, one here and one here. So I've got them joined back together on the back end. And then I am just gonna twist them around each other, again, very gently, a few times. So everything is still nice, like the center is in the center, they're all coming from the same place. It's a little flimsy, so I'm just gonna kind of look around and see which one of these is the most flimsy. And wherever I find a flimsy one, I'm just gonna gently twist it around its neighbor, just once or twice, until it tightens up. This one's a little flimsy. Gentle twist. I'm satisfied with how tight this is. So there we go. There's my 12-point starburst. And then in order to attach it to my garland, I'm just going to take a 260 and push it down around one of these points. And then when it's time to add it to the garland, I'm just going to loop it around one of those balloons. And there you go. That's how I build my starburst. I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions or what else you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.